from Canada. That song I have heard many times that one should watch his mind and his thoughts. I noticed I could see or feel anger, greed, hatred, jealousy, etc. in different times. I want to know what should be the next step after watching my mind and thoughts. How can I come out of this network of thoughts? Dear Sharanjot, when you say that I can see greed and hatred and anger at different times, and then you say what to do, I'll give you a counter question. If you see a big pothole on the street where you are walking, would you ask somebody, what should I do because I can see this big pothole where if I fall will break all my bones, what should I do? Or if you see a snake in your passage, would you ask somebody, oh, what should I do? So hatred and anger is just like a snake. If you can see the hatred and anger and greed in your mind, what should you do? Obviously, you don't fall into the trap of having that hate emotion to rise its head up, or the anger or the greed to rise up. Otherwise, there are people who say, oh, I am witness of my anger and I allow the anger to happen, and yet I am the witness because I am the purest self. So anger is happening in the mind, which is so important to be angry here and there. It's like befooling yourself. Watching your mind just simply means that you are learning to distance yourself from various emotions of the mind. Why? Because if you can really distance yourself from these harmful, maliceful traits of the mind, you will not fall into the trap of being angry or being greedy or being vengeful or being filled with animosity and harsh words and thoughts for somebody. Because at the end of the day, you will be hurting just your own self and not anybody else. That's why it is said that you should be watchful of your mind. But you cannot be watchful, truly watchful of your mind, if you haven't first mastered being watchful, say, of your own body. I'm saying begin from the beginning. Watchful of your hands, watchful of your feet, watchful of what your eyes are seeing, ears are hearing, watchful of your tongue when it is talking, watchful of what you are hearing, watchful, next step would be of breathing. As long as the breathing is happening, it's not happening unawarefully. So if you move slowly from body to breath, only then you can be successful in watching the mind. But if you skip the body and the breath and go straight to the mind and pretty wishful thinking, you might think that you are doing correct, but it isn't the correct way. So being in this presence and seeing the mind as it is, not even trying to change it, because if you are able to see the presence of your own self, and then when you will observe the mind, the truth is this: mind is like a very mischievous child. A mischievous child is doing a lot of naughtiness, and then the mother is giving that silent glance to the child. And once the child knows that the mom is watching, without saying a single word, the child will be very conscious and will stop doing that naughtiness, and that mischievousness will just go away. And child will behave because he is being watched. So your mind is like same mischievous child. So it can do its mischievousness when you are not watching it. The mother might watch with a very hard, staring glance, with some anger too. But when I'm saying you are watching the mind, and it is not with some anger or being judgeful or being angry on the mind that why it is thinking these things, just a glance. Just a glance. And if you are able to distance yourself from the mind and give that glance to the mind, mark my word, your mind will go into quietude right away, without even a second is too much. It won't even take a second, it will just go silent and quiet. So please try to bring this methodology. Be focused on your body first, or maybe on your outside. It can be some noises or sounds which are around you, in your atmosphere, in your surrounding. Being watchful, awareful onto all those sounds which are coming to your ears. Don't judge. Don't say why it is coming. Let it be. Just listen. Not here I'm saying listen. Just listen to it. Listen to it, listen to it, listen to it. And you know what? This is the simplest way to bring silence to your mind. And if mind is silent, then there is no chance that it will bring out some bad elements of, say, hatred or greed or anger or sadness into it. Because a silent mind is just pure mind. A quiet mind is a very solemn mind. So you can just use my suggestions, and I believe, Sharanjot, you love it. You'll surely love it. And then you love your own being, and you love this whole experience of getting to unveil your own true self.